Now, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is currently in Jakarta for the 20th ASEAN-India Summit, followed by the East Asia Summit that is currently underway as we speak. Prime Minister Modi addressed the ASEAN meeting saying that India and ASEAN nations both have historical and geographical links. He added that he is confident that during the discussions, new measures will be taken to strengthen the India-ASEAN future. Take a listen.
हमारी हिस्ट्री और ज्योग्राफी भारत और आसियान को जोड़ते हैं। साथ ही साझा वैल्यूज, क्षेत्रीय एकता, शांति, समृद्धि और मल्टीपोलर वर्ल्ड में साझा विश्वास भी हमें आपस में जोड़ता है। भारत की एक्ट ईस्ट पॉलिसी का केंद्रीय स्तंभ है। भारत आसियान सेंट्रलिटी और इंडो पैसिफिक पर आसियान के आउटलुक का पूर्ण समर्थन करता है। योर मैजेस्टी, एक्सेलेंसीज, आज वैश्विक अनिश्चितताओं के माहौल में भी हर क्षेत्र में हमारे आपसी सहयोग में लगातार प्रगति हो रही है। यह हमारे संबंधों की ताकत और रेजिलियंस का प्रमाण है।
Prime Minister Modi is currently taking part in the 18th East Asia Summit. The summit brings together the ASEAN members and 8 dialogue partners. These include Australia, China, India, Japan, the Republic of Korea, New Zealand, Russia and the United States of America. Well, the focus of the summit will once again be on Beijing's growing aggression in the South China Sea, as well as the regional security issues. Well, we come back to you, Siddhant, for further details on the India-ASEAN Summit. Now, in the latest, we're getting details that Japan has raised the China standard map issue and has asked Beijing to withdraw it. Siddhant, it also looks like that all the countries in the region have raised their concerns regarding the China standard map issue.
Well, with Japan lending its voice on the ongoing controversy over China's new map, which is very controversial as well, it has become almost like the 11th or 10th country. India, Vietnam, Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, Taiwan, Nepal, Russia, Brunei, US have already reacted. And there is an increased awareness regarding China's aggressive actions in the Indo-Pacific. Now, it is something that is going to dominate the summits both in Jakarta and New Delhi. And we saw in Jakarta, there have been, of course, a lot of focus by other world leaders on emphasizing on making sure that the maritime zone should be an area of peace. We saw the Indonesian president talking about it earlier today at the India-ASEAN Summit. And the Indian side has also been focusing on free and open Indo-Pacific. That, of course, is a message to Beijing. So the fact that China is a concern and so many countries share this consensus, to use the phrase, shows that how much it will be dominating the global summit season in many ways.
Absolutely, Siddhant. Rather, talking about the India-ASEAN Summit, which just took place a short while ago, India has said that it will open an embassy in Timor-Leste. How do you assess relations going forward between India and the ASEAN members?
Well, this is a very, very interesting development. Maybe perhaps it will get lost in the news cycle, heavy news cycle. But let me tell you, the India-East Timor relationship, the capitals of the two countries share a similar name, Delhi and Dili. But essentially, when it comes to the country, it shows that India's focus in Southeast Asia. And in fact, India was one of the first countries to recognize its independence way back in 2002. And then Minister of State in the Ministry of External Affairs, Omar Abdullah, had represented the Indian government at the independence celebrations in May of 2002. The country, of course, supports India's membership for the UNSC, has co-sponsored resolution on yoga at the UNGA. And India has been supporting the country in terms of providing scholarship to many of its students. An ambulance was provided by the MEA as well. And there is a bamboo project that is underway in the country, which is being supported by India. India has also trained the diplomats of the country, and East Timor could soon become the member of the ASEAN grouping as well. So a lot of engagement from the Indian side, and of course we could see high-level visits from both sides very soon.
Siddhant, it's a week of diplomacy across the world. We'll of course be tracking all the summits very closely right here on WION, but thanks very much for joining us on WION at the moment.